All right, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach Keel. We'll open the floor to questions. Coach, you've also got members of our media that can comment in some way.
Well, I think first of all, I want to congratulate Minnesota and Coach Fleck and his staff. They've done a great job. Very physical football team, a football team that we want to be in that Mexico State in time. Takes time, and everywhere I've been, it's taken a little bit of time. But their running back is I think one of the better ones I've seen in a long time. Feet keep moving on contact, hard to tackle, and they're a physical football team. They're a Big Ten physical football team, is what they are. And I am very complimentary of their football team. I mean, it's I figured that they were going to be pretty good with what I've heard, but I think they may be better than what people think. So and then with our ball club is, it reminds me a lot of a couple places I've been, and where we played on the defense. I don't know how many freshmen we played. You'd have to look. Young people running in and out. We're rebuilding a team that is struggled for a long time, and but we'll get there. Defensively they didn't quit on us, and they played to the last second, and offensively, we just got to figure it out. That's just part of it when you get a new job and get things situated. But I almost have to apologize to our kids, because we're the only team I know of in the country that's had to play 2 games in 1 week. And it's different if you weren't playing University of Minnesota, because you come off and you play a game, and you play a game you possibly could have won, and then you come to Minnesota. That's almost like a death sentence, because you're coming into a program that's established and and physical, and like I said, that's who we want to be, but it's going to take time and recruiting and building all that. But we look forward to that challenge, and I'm proud of our kids. We just got to hang in there through our schedule and find a way to steal a few and see what happens. So there you go. I've never seen a schedule like this in college football, to be honest with you, for a team that when you take over a team that hasn't been winning at all, and then you're playing these first 4 games we're playing is probably unheard of. That's 4 bowl teams. I'm not complaining or anything. I mean, I knew that one took the job, and I'm glad we're going to Conference USA, so we don't have to play any more of these games. But that's the reason I took the job. So, but it's a situation where it's a pretty tall order for a bunch of kids that that you're trying to rebuild a program in confidence. And I think our biggest challenge is over the weeks here are keeping them all together and helping them fight for each other and not point fingers and all those kind of things. But fortunately, down the road here over the years, this is the kind of programs that that I guess that nobody wanted that I got, and we're usually give us about 3 years, and we usually can spin it a little bit.
A lot of people were speculating how it would go with you and PJ. It looked like you had a couple good conversations out there.
Well, I think that, I don't either. A lot of money needs to go to PJ's foundation. He's probably got one, or the foundation I left here, Coach Kill coaching. They should have put that, I guess. I never knew anything about it, but they should have put it on the social media, and whoever was going to bet, he was going to shake hands. If we weren't going to shake hands, we could have made a lot of money for the state of Minnesota. But some things get I'm a professional. I'm in a class act my whole life. People can judge me. I don't care. And you gotta remember is I hope PJ worked with me. He called the president of Western Michigan. I helped him get the job there, and he'll tell you that. And sometimes in the heat of the battle, and some of the things that happen when you have your best friend get fired, I don't know what Tracy went 9-3 or what was it? I don't remember. I think you know, you say you react. And, so, but with that being said, I'm just glad that, me and my wife was here, my granddaughter was here. You know, it was a surreal moment. I've never been the same since I left Minnesota, and never will be. So the people that don't like me or discuss it with me or whatever is that doesn't change the way I feel about this place. This place was great to me. The community was great to us. It's great to my wife. It's great to my kids. And we gave everything we had. We gave everything we had and more. And I crashed and burned. And that's my fault. And but I'm very happy that Coach has taken it and continued to build it and take it to the next level. And so while you say things like that, I mean, we feel like the guys that were all together with us and so forth, and one is still is a recruiter for Coach, is that feel like we were a part of it. You know, at one time we were a part of it, you know, the building process. And you know, and at the end of the day, I don't need to be remembered, whatever, that kind of stuff. I know what we did when we were here, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. And I'm, like I said, I'm proud. I mean, I love Minnesota. Shoot, where they went better. I was here one time. And so, and Devondre Campbell walks across the field, shakes my hand. I know why we won. It wasn't doing anything with coaching. You look at him. I didn't coach anything. That dude's a good looking dude now. And, but that's why you coach. And that's why I love the game. And that's why somebody said I was too guys, when I was walking off the field, you're too goddamn old. You need to go to the graveyard or something like that. That's why I coach. I ain't going to no goddamn graveyard. You can quote me on that. Is that I'm young and I love kids and I'll never stop loving kids. And nobody ever thought I'd be sitting here again. And it's ironic that I'm sitting here in Minnesota. So I guess I take it as a blessing that I got the opportunity to come back to a place that was good to Rebecca and my kids. And I want you to know that our lives have never been effing same. It destroyed us. So I didn't want to leave the way I went out. And while I'm coaching now, I want to go out the way I want to. Not something taken away from me. So people can judge me. I know what I stand for. And people are going to ask me, hey, what did you and PJ Fleck talk about? We just visited, you know. You can ask him. So sometimes people just, you know, crazy world, I guess. What other questions?
Was it emotional coming back? Do you kind of expect to be emotional, or how was it kind of stepping back on with you?
No, I didn't think about it then. I was just trying to coach a football team, to be honest with you. You know, there's a lot of people that, you know, came by and see me at the hotel, and I didn't want it to be, I didn't say one thing to our kids about this. I didn't say one thing about me coaching until afterwards. And I talked about getting beat by Michigan 58-0. And what was it, 2 years later or 3 that we beat Michigan at Michigan. And that's what I told them. I said, we did that here. We can do that where we're at. It's just going to take time. Now, I'm not saying beating Michigan, by the way, but I think everybody understands what I mean. But no, I wasn't really, you know, I came focused in and ready to coach, and I knew what we were running into. So, you know, we had to be positive. I coached the very last second. I had my headsets off more than I've had them off in years, just trying to keep our kids going and playing hard. And but really, this is the only time I've been emotional, actually. But it is what it is. I mean, should I love this game? I love the people in it, and I loved everywhere I've ever been, and very appreciative. And you know, lived a good life, and Minnesota was a big part of it. Any other questions? This might be the easiest press conference I've ever had in Minnesota history.
I got a question.
When you all lined up about, what is it? On Tuesday, you still do it on Tuesday or Monday, when you line up about 3, 4 rows deep and go, why is the quarterback not throwing the ball? PJ probably get asked why they didn't throw the ball. Well, I would never throw it if I had that running back. We wouldn't have thrown it one time tonight. I just gave it to that running back and gave it to the other running back all day long. Cause that dude's good. I went and looked him up. He's good player.
It's a remarkable journey if you think about it, from where you were at that first seizure to now. What helped get you here? How did you recover to get to this point where you're back coaching big time football?
I think a lot of people helped me, and I helped myself. I coach differently now than I did when I was here. You know, turn more things over. I think more so than anything, you got the right chemistry, I guess. You know, they finally figured out the right chemistry, and I've lost weight. About 100 people tell me I must have been really fat when I was here, but I've lost weight. I exercise. I eat better. I still struggle sleeping at times, but I'm sleeping. You know, I slept 2.5 hours for what was it, 12 years, something like that. So hard to live like that. But I'm just, I'm blessed. I worked hard. I was lucky to have John Curry and Bill Snyder in my life at a time that was as bad as you could get. It was in a dark place. And Bill still helps me out. I talk to Bill quite a bit when I can. And Justin Fuentes, and then my good friend Gary Patterson, he's the only guy I know get fired with a statue in front of the stadium, kind of unique. And then he asked me to take his place. And so I found out, I did it differently, and I found out it could work, and then Mario, I've been together at Southern Illinois. And he told me a long time ago, even when I was having seizures and I was sick and I left Minnesota, he said, where I'm at, and I ever make a coaching change, you're the first guy I'm going to hire, and I don't care what's the matter with you. So he kept his word, and when a guy keeps his word, I feel like I owe him something. And so he's given me an opportunity, and now I got to be able to prove I'm worthy of it. Anything else?
Bryce, can you hear me?
Now we can, Jason.
Bryce, can you just talk about what you guys saw out there? I mean, I'm sure that you expected a physical game. Talk about, I guess, how you guys executed tonight, and does the short week affect how you prepared for this game at all?
Yeah, it was a tough physical game. The short week didn't really help at all, but we just got to be ready to play. And the Minnesota Gophers, they executed better than us, and it was just their night tonight.
I don't know what if this would have affected the outcome at all, but like if I had to say anything like about the first 2 games, would you say there's been some missed tackles and some chances to make some plays out there that the defense has left out there on the field?
I mean, there's definitely been some missed tackles and missed opportunities, and our job now is to go watch the film and watch what we can improve on, and just learn so we don't take 2 losses by not learning from our mistakes.
Yeah, Bryce, you talk about learning. I know obviously it's still really fresh, this game, but what can you take away from this game and kind of incorporate into next week when you're heading down to UTEP?
We could definitely take making the best out of the opportunities that are presented to us, making those tackles, those plays that are right in front of us. I mean, we got a great defense that plays hard, and we just need to, come together and see what our goal is, and just mesh together and just have a better week next week. Is that all?
That's all I had for you, Bryce.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's all for me as well. Have a good night, Bryce.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Your first time in Minnesota, ever been here before?
No, this is my first time in Minnesota. We get lit out here, well,
Huh? It's pretty cool over here. I think I like it.
it was a lot hotter today than I expected.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really hot, actually.
It's kind of nuts. It does get pretty toasty. It's humid. The part that sucks, like,
What's like the main thing to do out there? Like everyone, like what's the main thing to do out there?
well, I mean, we've got like, you know, we're the 10,000 lake state, so in the summer, yeah, I think there's technically closer to 15,000 or something.
Lakes and just this.
Yeah,
lake?
we actually have more coastline than I think the California or the whatever, but yeah, so lake life is all. Yeah, lake life in the summer, ski, snowboard, whatever. Yeah.
All right, guys, we got wide receiver Justice Powers for you.
Yeah.
Feel free to open your questions for Justice.
Hey, you do.
Thank you, guys.
Don't say.
Thank you.
Yeah, Justice, obviously a really tough game out there. I'm sure something that you were expecting. Was it as physical as what you were anticipating?
To be honest, it was as physical, and we were told that all week that this is going to be one of the most physical teams we play.
You obviously made that great catch there in the fourth quarter. Did you feel like you were kind of getting into a rhythm with Gavin as the game went on, or how did you kind of describe that catch?
I just went and made a play, to be honest. Me and Gavin, we're locked in. I'm not worried about getting rhythm. We already have our rhythm. That catch really doesn't matter when we have a turnout like that.
Obviously, there's still a bit of a competition between both Gavin and Diego. Is there one that you're kind of finding, like you said, you have a good rhythm with Gavin? Is there one that you're finding better rhythm with, or feeling like you're connecting better with out in the field?
Right now, it's probably obviously Gavin because he's completed the balls to me. I haven't caught a pass from Diego yet.
Hey, Justice, you know, I don't know how big of a difference it would have made, you know, tonight, the result or whatever, but it seems like, you know, offensively, there's been some drops the first couple of weeks, not necessarily from yourself, but is that something that as an offense that you guys look at as, you know, things that you need to clean up for these next, you know, UTEPs and New Mexicos and stuff down the line?
Yeah, man, at the end of the day, if we want to win football games, we got to catch the ball. We shouldn't have any drops at the end of the game. Like, that's one thing we harp on in practice every day is that if it touches our hands, we don't care how bad of a ball it was. We got to catch everything. So if we're going to be a successful team, we obviously have to catch the ball. We obviously have to dang near go back to the drawing board and start with the basics. We got to catch the freaking ball, man.
Is it there's some newer guys playing. I mean, is it like inexperience at this level, or have you guys been able to, obviously, you know, you sound frustrated, so you've talked about it, identified it. Like, is there anything in particular that you can put your hands on, or just, you know, something you guys gotta get better at?
Can you repeat that question one more time, please?
Just you obviously mentioned it, that it's something you guys have identified. Is there anything specific that, you know, is it just a matter of, you know, concentration?
It's just a matter of concentration, man. That's our job, bro. We catch maybe 200 balls a day in practice. Like, that's our job, bro. At the end of the day, it's just a lack of concentration and focus.
What do you put that down to? Because I mean, you're going into a massive game against a top team in college football. I mean, wouldn't you think concentration would be on out there?
Yes, ma'am. I really, really don't know how to answer that question for somebody else. That's a tough question.
Offensively, Justice, what can you guys you know, improve on, you know, to hopefully score, you know, put more points on the board next week against UTEP?
Man, we got to be able to run the ball. We're talking about we have to be able to run. We, you know, The passing, that opens up later in the games, in my opinion, but we got to be able to run the ball. And then when we do throw it in the air, and we got to catch it. At the end of the day, we just got to catch it.
Thanks, Justice.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. I'll send a recording as soon as I can.